we've got a graph that is drawn below. Y equals to negative x minus 1. Recap. Y equals to mx plus c, where m is the gradient, c is the y-intercept. Y-intercept is where it cuts our y-axis. Can we do a direct comparison? Does this look like y equals to mx plus c? Do I have a y equals to for the two boxed up ones? Yes, I have. Do I have something multiplied by x? Again, I do. But what is that something? Can you tell us the something? That is negative 1. Over here, we have m equals to negative 1. Okay, times x plus a constant. Do I have a constant after the x term? Yes, what is that constant value? Is it 1 or negative 1? So you must be able to tell that although we have plus c over here, the value of c itself can be negative. So over here, c equals to negative 1. Based on this, I know the gradient is negative. See, the m value is the gradient. It is negative means it will slope down. That is what I expect to see in the graph at the bottom, which I'm not showing you yet. It should be sloping down. It should cut the y-axis at negative 1. Let's do a confirmation. Okay, I see it sloping down, and it cuts at negative 1. Okay, so this is our graph of y equals to negative x minus 1. Next, complete the table of values. For this particular equation, y equals to 3 minus 2x. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 values of x, out of which only one value of y is an unknown. We are supposed to substitute this value of x in here. So we can copy down exactly what we see. Y equals to 3 minus 2, but now x. We need to substitute in the value of x, and the value is 3. Okay, that is how we fill in the blank over here. So 3 minus 6, we get negative 3. So if you have this, and your work is not marked yet, give yourself a tick, put a 1 over here. That is if your work is not marked by me yet. Now draw and label clearly the line of y equals to 3 minus 2x on the grid below. So group them in pairs. The first set of coordinates, block 0. So block will be vertical, x comes first, the block comes first, block 0 is our y-axis. The y value is 3, level 3. Do you have a cross exactly here? Next set of values, 1, 1. 1, 1, block 1, level 1, block 2, level negative 1, block 3, level negative 3. Do they appear to fall in one straight line? It has to be. So once you have that, take your ruler and join these lines. Okay, join them up. Oops. Okay, I'm doing this without a ruler. You should be doing this with a ruler. So your line has to extend on both sides. Draw as long as you want. You can even exceed the paper. Exceed the grids. The longer, the better. Okay, imagine if you drew it this way. Then you stop over here. Then when you're going to have a problem when you come to part D. Okay, let's just leave it as this first. I join the points and I leave it there. Let's do part C first. State the value of x when y is equal to 7. So y over here refers to the level. Level 7. Let's take the lift up. The lift level go up. Negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, level 7 is over here. This is my level 7. And you want us to find the value of x. It intersects over here. Can you see that? There's an intersection point. And what is its corresponding x value? It is negative 2. Is that correct? Okay, so for part C, x equals to -2. This is the answer for part C. Now part D, write down the coordinates where the two lines cross. In my graph, do the two lines intersect each other? Do they cut each other? No, they don't. Then how are you going to do part D? That is why I'm telling you, just draw it as long as you can. Draw it out of the paper, I don't care. Okay, as long as whatever is inside here is shown. So the point of intersection we see is over here. This corresponds to, again, vertical first. We look at the block first. Block, this value, this is 4. Block 4, level, -5. So this is the set of coordinates. 4, -5. You need the brackets. You need the comma. Do you have that? If you do, give yourself 1 mark over here, 1 mark over here for the correct work. For the graph drawing. Okay, graph drawing itself, I forgot to talk about mark allocation. As long as you have these 4 plots. If you have this, 2, 3, 4, you get 1 mark. You join them up with a straight line, you get the other mark. So total of 1 plus 1. Okay, then part C, the value x equals 2, part D, 4, -5, 1 mark, 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 mark question. Okay, very significant. Now question 2. Write down the coordinates of A, B, and C. 3 marks. Every 1 point, you get 1 mark. Let's start with point A. Point A is found in block -2. Put a bracket, -2. It is found at level 2. Done. That's A. Are you an expert at all this already? You have to be. Now, point B, block 1, level 3. Point C, again at block 1, level -2. So if you are writing your answers at the bottom, label them properly. A, -2, 2. B, 1, 3. And C, 1, -2. 1 mark for each of them. Now we're going to reverse it. You are supposed to plot the points. Plot point D, block -2, level 0. I'll use another color. Block -2, level 0. So this is my block -2. Okay, I'll remove all this from the previous part first. This is my block -2. Level. This is level -2. Level -1. Level 0 is on our x-axis. So this is point D. Next, point E, block 3. Okay, this is block 3. And they want level 0 again. Okay, level -2, -1, level 0. It's over here. And you must label. Point F, block 0. Okay, block 0 is my y-axis. Okay, because this is block 2, block 1, the y-axis must be my block 0. Block 0, level -1. This is point F. Finally, for point G, block 0, level 2. If you have 1 mistake, please deduct 1 mark. If you have all 4 correct, you get 4 marks. Total 3 and 4. Part C, calculate the gradient of AC. Now remove all the distractions. I only want AC now. So I can join the line. I join the 2 points, A, C. This is my line AC. What is the formula for gradient? Okay, good. Gradient equals to rise over run. How do we remember this? You wake up, then you run. You must rise up first, then you run. If you can remember that idea, wake up and run, you will have no problem writing this down. But we need to know how to use this. Rise over run. Let us start with whatever is on top. Rise first, right? Let us rise first. Can you rise from the top, or must you rise from the bottom? English, logic, where must you rise from? From the bottom. Look at point A and point C. Which is at the bottom? C is at the bottom, so that is where we must start. Okay, now we're going to rise upwards. We cannot rise diagonally. We must rise upwards. And our objective is to reach point A. So if we rise up, let's see how many units there will be. So we got 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units. And that is where I stop, isn't it? Because point A lies on this level. So there are 4 units upwards. We are rising by 4 units. And now we have to run. We run horizontally. We can run left, we can run right. But there's a rule that we must follow. Which direction is positive? Which direction is negative? So let's start with the positive one. We can either run left or run right. In this case, our axis actually tells us towards the right is positive. In fact, for all of us, when we read from left to right. Alright? So that is the natural way of reading. From left to right, we treat that as positive. Now we have already reasoned up to this point. To get to A, do I turn left or turn right? Turn left or right? Turn left. I'm turning left to get to A. So if I'm heading to the left, is it negative or positive? Negative. Okay, let's see how many units. 1, 2, 3. Negative 3. This is the gradient. But we don't like to see the negative sign at the denominator. So we just put it at the side. Negative 4 over 3. These two are equivalent. If you key it into your calculator, (4) divided by negative 3, like this, your calculator will simplify it or rewrite it to become negative 4 over 3. These two are equivalent. So here we have gradient equals to negative 4 over 3. Hence, state the equation of the line AC. Okay, if you had drawn it properly, you will see that it cuts over here. Okay, because the equation of a line, as we mentioned, is y equals to mx plus c. M is the gradient. We already have the gradient. So this is for part D. So y equals to negative 4 over 3 times x. Okay, so we've written out the gradient times x plus the c represents the y-intercept. Let us read this value. I want to know where it cuts my y-axis over here. So if 5 small squares represent 1 unit, then one tiny square has to represent 0.2 units. So this is negative 0.2, negative 0.4, negative 0.6, and finally negative 0.8. So at which point does it cut? Negative 0.6. So our final answer will be plus a negative 0.6. I'm adding negative 0.6. Now, you add a negative 0.6 is as good as minus 0.6. They are the same thing. So this is my equation of the graph. So this is 2 marks and 2 marks. How do I give you the 2 marks for the equation? As long as you show me negative 4 over 3x you get 1 mark. You show me minus 0.6, you get a second mark. Okay, so please do your corrections quickly and tally up your marks. Yes?